Okay, welcome back everybody. It's the Game Master. I'm switching up gears here a little bit. I was doing a Let's Play for Might and Magic. Um, Got a little tired of that and decided I'm gonna do another game here for a while and come back to that. We're gonna do Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. This is a game I've been playing off and on for a very long time. Normally I'll play like a couple weeks and then I'll let it go for a few months and then they'll end up doing an update and I'll start playing again. They update pretty regularly for this to be a free game. Um it has several servers that you can play on, so you can actually play on a server. Um, So it's basically a general style dungeon crawler. The only problem here is with this game, it's when you die, you're dead. So, man, be prepared for a lot of fail. As I haven't actually like beat the game yet, at least not on the actual version 31. I think I beat it on some of the forks. They have a different version that you can play. It's kind of like an unofficial version, and it has like more classes, and it has like more unbalanced mechanics. Uh, for instance, there's an ability called Borger's Vile Clutch, and it's like the top. It was the best spell in the game, and they like nerfed it, so now it's like mediocre. Uh, but you can play on one of the forks, and it has the old version. So you can play the old version. That's like nothing but awesomeness. So uh, I'm gonna get into how they like nerfed it now. I might end up getting it during a run, so I'll explain it. But let's get started. So we're going to go with the version 31, which is the latest version. Now, in this game, you have various classes that you can choose, or races you can choose. You have to choose your race first. So you got a heal orc. Heal orcs are skilled in close combat and often dabble in offense magic. Only they may worship the orc god Bo. That doesn't appear to be the case anymore. Um, Maybe it's in the, and maybe, this may be in the trunk. The trunk has like new stuff that they're working on, that they're basically testing out and may or may not make it into the actual version. But I know on one of them, either the regular version or the trunk, I was offered the chance to convert to BO. Uh, how do you pronounce that? On a different race. So I don't know. That's up in the air. We got a Minotaur. Minotaurs are largely muscular humans with bovine heads. They excel at all forms of close and ranged combat. Okay, so basically, Minotaur is your melee class, and that's all they do. Their aptitudes for magic are trash, so you're not going to play them as a magic user. And one of the easiest combinations to win with is the Minotaur Berserker. I'm not going to play that because uh, I'm not that into melee. I'm more of a magic user guy. But that is like a way you can win. Uh, I may have to like break down and do it. I don't know, as I haven't actually got a win yet. Um, Next we got Merfolk, half fish, half human. Merfolk are citizens of both water and land. They are strong combatants and adept at using magic to assist in battle. So they're actually pretty good aptitude in ice magic. So you might try them if you're considering an ice elementalist. Gargoyle, made of living stone, gargoyles have a pertinatal affinity for the earth. They have low health and their bodies are incredibly tough. Okay, so they have a good aptitude for earth magic, and one of the things special about them is they get some extra armor because they're gargoyles. They're resistant to poison, or they're immune to poison. They don't take poison damage at all because they're made of stone. Uh, the drawback is there's various spells in the game that affect stone creatures, namely Lee's Rapid Destruction. So if somebody has Lee's Rapid Destruction or Shatter, then you're in for a hard day on a gargoyle because you probably get like one shot. Um, they also are better at wearing armor. They get more out of it or something. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but they can you can use a gargoyle to to play as a caster and have better armor. Okay, so we got Draconian. Draconians are versatile hybrids. They mature when reaching level 7 and develop a color. Okay, so as they gain levels, they gain Draconian abilities, and they eventually like gain a color, and it gives them various like abilities depending on their color. Like, so if they're like fire, they'll be like fire resistant. Um, Troll. Trolls are monstrous creatures with powerful claws. They regenerate health rapidly. So trolls are like the minotaurs. You're only going to use them for like melee. Their aptitudes trash across the board. They have bad aptitudes and everything. So they level really slowly, and they are good melee though, unarmed melee specifically because they get claws. Um, so they get like a bonus damage for like unarmed attacks, and they get the health regen. So it regenerate like one health per turn. Okay, we got Deep Elf. Deep Elves have a strong affinity for all kinds of magic, but are very fragile. Okay, so Deep Elf is your standard magic character if you want to play a magic character. Um, the problem with the Deep Elf is every creature has a set number of hit points that they get, um, and it can be increased with the fighting aptitude, but other than that, it's set. So how many hit points you're going to get when you level up is not random. You gain what you gain, and the deep elves don't gain as many hit points as, say, for instance, troll. Troll gains a lot of hit points, uh, or even a gargoyle. So deep elves. Oh, actually, we don't want to do a deep elf. Ah, okay. Uh, so deep elves are low in hit points. I think they have they have a bad aptitude for armor, but they have a decent aptitude for dodging. So you'd want to like dodge with them as opposed to you want to focus more on your dodging than you would your armor. And of course, you want to like play magic user classes because the rest of their their melee aptitudes aren't very good. Okay, armature. Scaled animals the size of horses. Armatures are fast rolling and tenacious when pursuing enemies but lack dexterity. I don't really know a lot about this. This is a newer class. I haven't played it yet. Um, so I can't really like say exactly what's going on with that. Um, the gnolls are canine-like humanoids. They are unable to specialize in any single skill, but instead gradually become proficient in all skills at once. So you see when we actually get playing that there's various skills that you can put experience into, and normally you like set like which ones you want to level up, and it divides the experience evenly. At least that's the way I have mine set up. You can do it different. Um, the deal with the null is they gain everything at the same time, so you don't get to divide everything. So that means they like level slowly, and also I think they're limited in that they can only go up like level maybe 15 levels or something. I'm not don't quote me on that. That they may have changed that to where they could go max. I don't know. Okay, humans are your standard humans. Humans are natural explorers, discovering new places refreshes and invigorates them. They are otherwise completely average. Okay, so basically your standard human. Kobold. Kobolds are attuned to the shadows and can only see or be seen at close range. They are small and little fragile and are talented in most skills. Okay, I don't know a whole lot about kobolds, but I think you can play a stabber class with them. Um, Maybe. So it seemed to indicate that, saying that they like hang to the shadows. Okay, Demon Spawn is a really good class. Demon Spawns are half human, half demon. They acquire strong demonic mutations as they grow. Um, I actually had a really good run on a Demon Spawn just a few minutes ago. Uh, got screwed because I met a named creature. 'Cause you can fight named creatures in this. They're kind of like rares, and she had the ability to banish me into the abyss, uh, which she did twice. So that was just a rip off because there wasn't nothing I could do about that. In fact, I like used a potion that increased my willpower that was supposed to make it less likely for her to banish me, and she banished me anyway. So there wasn't nothing I could do once I got in the abyss. My guy wasn't prepared for that. Jinn. Jinn are ever burning spirits. They learn spells innately without books and cast by drawing down their own fire. So basically, they use their hit points to cast instead of magic points. Uh, Normally, everybody else has a magic bar and a hit point bar, but Jinn don't. They just have a hit point bar. Um, they're like resistant to fire, and they're like less resistant to cold. So yeah, that's right. Um, Cold does damage to them, extra damage to them. So you don't want to like get into a battle with like a cold person up close. Spriggans are one of my favorite classes. Very small, very fragile, and very fast. Spriggans are highly competent stabbers and spellcasters. Okay, so they've got the least hit points of any class, um, which makes it really difficult to play. But they also have the highest aptitude for dodge. so they can get the highest dodge rate and evasion. So basically, you go like high evasion on a Spriggan. Don't worry about armor. Uh, Hopefully, you won't have to take that hit, but I always seem to eventually. I don't know. They make really good stabbers. Um, I'll explain what a stabber is when we get to that. I'm not gonna play a stabber this time. I'm gonna play a summoner, and we're almost to the guy we're gonna pick. Uh, Ghoul. Ghouls are undead creatures deemed to rot eternally. They have sharp claws and can heal from death of the living. Okay, I'm not sure a lot about gnolls or ghouls. Uh, I'm not sure what the heal for death thing is. I have to look into that. So don't quote me on anything on ghouls. I know they used to be able to when they had food in the game, they used to be able to eat as much food as they could find and stay and they had to eat or they fell apart. So that mechanic's obviously no longer in the game, so they've got some kind of new mechanic to replace that, and I haven't played a ghoul since then, so I don't know what it, what exactly they do now. Tengu are bird people who love to fight, both with weapons and spells. They're fragile but agile, and eventually learn to fly. Okay, so they eventually get to fly. That's their thing. Gargoyles can fly too. I forgot to mention that. And I think they're got a good aptitude for like air magic in Tengu. Now, this is the class we're going to pick, but we'll go over the rest of them while we're here. Oni, large, robust, and extremely fond of drinking. Oni make capable brawlers and spellcasters and gain extra benefits from healing potions. Okay, so the key thing here is they get the most hit points of anybody. So they get the most hit points, and that seems to be like the area that I have problems in is keeping my hit points above one. Um, because I end up dying a lot, and I seem to do better on a Oni. Uh, I've been in several situations where I know I wouldn't have survived if I'd been on another character simply because I didn't have as many hit points. So we're going to try that. They also gain extra benefits from healing potions. I think they get double the healing that normal people get. That's for healing potions and mana potions. Okay, Brockie. Brockine are slow-moving amphibious humanoids who can hop long distances. Their extended range of vision also allows them to be seen from further away. Okay, I'm not sure about the vision thing, but they can actually like hop around. They have to when they hop, they have to wait a while before they can hop again. So it's not as good as you think it is. Um, but it can help you get away from like somebody that's chasing you. That's one of the problems in this game that I'm not a fan of. It used to be the way the game worked was uh, every character has speed. Spriggans are actually faster than everybody else. So a Spriggan can outrun anybody. But all the rest of the characters, except for a few, are normal speed. So that means like if I'm using a Minotaur and a Merfolk, they're the same speed. Okay. So if I'm Most creatures are the same speed. There's some creatures are fast, some creatures are slow, but for the most part, they're like standard speed. And if you get into a tough spot with a creature, your hit points are low, or you run out of magic points, you could run and you could dance around a pillar until you got your hit points back or your magic points back, and then come back get back into it. Now you can't do that. They changed the thing in the game. They added something called attacks of opportunity, which are ass. Basically, what they do is when you move around and the creature gets a chance to like attack you when you move away from them. So basically, you can't run because you just get hit. So unless you've got one space between you, you got one space between you, then you can get away. You can't necessarily not necessarily get away because they'll keep at you at the same space, but you could get to the staircase. Um, so it makes it more difficult to like play, and that's all it does. There was uh no bonus to like them making that. All it did was just make it more difficult to play. So I don't know. I don't like it. All right, we got Vine Stalker. Frail symbiotes, Vine Stalkers cannot regenerate health from potions. Their magical reserves absorb damage, and they pack a magic restoring hit bite. So they can get magic back from attacking. Um I haven't really played a Vine Stalker, so I don't know a whole lot about them. Um got vampires shifting between the states of life and undeath at will. Vampires are accomplished stabbers and casters. Okay, so vampires are pretty good stabbers, apparently. I haven't played a vampire since they switched the food mechanic, and they no longer have a food mechanic, so they've got something else that like does their mechanic because they used to be like highly dependent on food. Um, Food, of course, for a vampire was blood, so you could actually like convert corpses into like blood bottles and like store blood for later. And whether you was starving or like full determined your power set, determined like some of your abilities. So I don't know how vampire works now. I haven't like full with it. Demigod. Demigods refuse to worship any god, but make up for this with divine attributes and high reserves of health and magic. I've never played a demigod. Having a god in this game is so important. I don't see the benefit to not having one. Demigods would have to be really strong to be able to like make up for that. I don't think they are. I don't think they're that strong. All right, Formicid. Formicids are humanoids, ants, adept at digging. Their limbs are exceptionally strong and they live in a state of permanent stasis. So, one of the things about formicids is they have four limbs, so they can actually like use a shield and a two-hander. So that's pretty strong. Um, they also cannot be confused. Uh, I don't think they could be paralyzed, and they can't be teleported. So they're in permanent stasis. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing because a lot of times you use a teleport to get away from a bad situation. They do have the ability to dig into the floor and go down a level. So that's definitely questionable, as you may end up in a worse situation than you were in to begin with. And I think they can also dig through walls too. Uh, I don't know how well that works. I haven't played a lot of a Formicid, um, so that's something. Nagas are hybrids, human from the waist up, with shaped like tail instead of legs. They move very slowly but are naturally resilient. Okay, so that's one of the slow classes. Um, they have less movement than a regular creature, so they can't outrun anything. Um, they do have a poison breath, like I think it mentioned that there. I'm not sure if it did or not. They can spit poison ever so often. They have to get their breath back. Uh, and I think, yeah, they use Barty. So Barty is special armor that's only for Nagas. It used to be for Centaurs, but they took Centaurs out of the game. So Octopode. Octopodes would be fun if you could actually do anything with them. Octopodes are a species of amphibious cephalopods. They can wear 8 rings, but almost no armor fits them. So they can wear no armor. I think they can wear a hat and a cloak, but they can't wear gloves. I don't think they can wear feet, and obviously they can't wear like a regular armor. Uh, yeah, they can definitely can't wear feet because they're like all like octopusy. They can wear an amulet, and they can of course wear 8 rings. So 8 rings would be huge if you could actually like live long enough to get 8 rings. I've never been able to. So good luck with that. Felid. Felids are many-lived sentient cats. They cannot use armor or weapons. So Felids are your other like creature that can't use any armor. The only thing they can use is wands, uh, an amulet, and rings. That's all they can do. And maybe a hat. I'm not sure. Um, they do, however, get extra lives. So every so many levels, you go up like 3 levels, I think, you get an extra life. So when you like die, instead of like being dead for the game, you actually come back and then you get to continue on until you actually run out of lives. So that's something. Mummy. Compelled to walk by ancient curse, mummies have innate faith and are adept at necromancy, but learn other skills very slowly. They cannot drink potions. Okay, so mummies can't drink potions. Used to be mummies were a big thing because they didn't like have to eat, so they were the only class that didn't have to eat, and hunger was an issue. So now it's not that big of an issue. So I guess the to offset that, they give them like a faith ability, made it to where they get like more faith with their god, maybe. Um, they've always been like adept at necromancy. And I think they're resistant to cold, but they're weak to fire. Okay, so we're going to pick a Ani, and I'm not going to go through all the classes right now because there's too many of them. We're going to go with Summoner. All right, and we can actually get started. Now, uh, I'm going through like everything now because this is the first time I've done a video on this game. So people that watched my like first video probably may not have played it before. But in uh, subsequent videos, I won't go through all this much detail. All right. So we have different abilities, and you can select how much experience get put into those abilities. So it's set up on manual mode, and what happens is it just splits it up evenly. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off stealth because we don't need that. We're going to put on armor. As you can see, he has a -1 aptitude in armor and a -1 aptitude in dodging. So both those are pretty good. Uh, they're not like horrible. Not they could be positive. It would be great, but they're not. But they're not horrible. So I want to go ahead and get them. And fighting, he's really good in +3. Gonna take fighting. Fighting increases your hit points, so that's key. Spellcasting increases your magic points and the number of spells that you can take, and it may also help with your failure rate. I'm not sure on that. Summonings is what I'm starting out as a summoner. So there's actually a whole bunch of these different class schools for magic user, and you can't see them because I only have spell for summoning. If I had spell for fire, it would show fire up here, and I'd have the option to select that. All right, so right now I just have summoning. Okay, okay. So we're getting started here, and I just want to warn you, I'm not the best in the world. Uh, and sometimes you just get in situations where there's nothing you can do. Uh, so let's see here. Now I'm auto moving right now. Okay, I'm going to start attacking. I'm going to summon a small mammal, and I can summon up to two of them at one time. So I'll summon my two. Now, optimally, I want to not be in a corridor, so that both of them can like chew on my guy, chew on the guy. Uh, okay, we're out of corridor now. Ugh. Okay, so I made a mistake. So I was like moving around trying to get like position to get like behind my summons, and I unveiled like two more creatures. So now I've got to deal with them. Okay, so we can recast our summons down to half health. Okay, down to 5. And obviously I don't have a lot of options here because I'm going to go down here. Okay, I think I had a failed cast there. Okay, I'm gonna let invite. Okay, so I'm out of magic points. I don't have a weapon because I didn't start with one. We got unexplored area here, so I could end up uncovering more creatures if I like explore it, but I don't have much of a choice. I got to get away from this. The ones in the with the circle around them are mine. Okay, that one's almost dead. I got two guys out. Okay, I think we pulled it out. All right, and see, it's getting tight from the very beginning. So that was like an unavoidable situation. I did make a mistake as I ended up like revealing like two more creatures that I didn't have to, though I'm not sure um if I could have played that differently or not. Okay. And every like dungeon is procedurally done, so every floor is going to be different. Okay, I got Jackal now. Jackals you usually run in packs, so you can guess that there's going to be more than one back there. So we want to go ahead and get this one out, so he come by himself. All right, he had another dude with him. Okay. Uh, and I got off into the wrong area. Let's see. Uh, and want to get up here so my guys can like uh, chew on to it one guy at a time. All right, we still two, so we got a new summon if we survive it. Okay, we did. Okay, so now we can get Call Imp. So what this does is this like calls an imp to our side. Uh, he has like a weapon, and it's not a ranged weapon, but it's a reach weapon. It's like a halberd, so he can attack from like two squares away. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get him out. Okay, he's a little bit stronger than the small mammals, but I can only have one of him out. They changed uh, the soda system greatly. Used to you could have like I think two or three like imps out, and like uh, three mammals out, and now they changed it to where you can only have less of them. I'm not sure what they did to if they just made it more difficult by doing that, or if they actually like changed something to like compensate. I don't know. So, Okay. All right. Got the down. Hmm. Force 10 to lock. Buy my dudes. Okay, reach level 3. Now, at level 3, we get to choose a stat. And since we're a magic user, we're going to go with intelligence. Intelligence determines our fail rate on our spells. I haven't really run into the issue with it yet because our spells are low level. But as you can see, they have a failure rate. It's only 3% for Southern Mammal, 5% for Call Imp, so they're not probably not going to fail. Um, Spells that are higher level have a higher fail rate, and you have to use more skill in the school of the spell to get the fail rate down. So you see, we got summonings here that we're working on, and summonings is like for small mammal and call imp. Okay, so now we have a third spell called Canine Familiar, and this one works a little bit different than the summons we've been using. Um, when you summon it out, the creature comes out, and the creature stays out if you summon it again. But what happens is it gets all its health back, and it gets like supposed to get a special attack, but I've not really seen that. Um, Maybe it does. I just don't see how it works. But in any event, it does to get all its health back. And if it ends up dying, then you can't summon it for a few turns. So it's worth it to keep your dog going. Okay. As you can see, it's like asking me, "Are you sure you want to do 11% risk of failure?" I do. Okay, so things are going pretty smooth on level 1. Once we got lined out with our spells, had like tough. Oh, now there's some leather armor. Uh, oh, that's right. Okay. I was playing with the dungeon, dragon spawn before, or not, demon spawn. I was playing with demon spawn. The guy I'm playing with now can't use armor. Now, there's an exception to that. It's called dragon armor. And he can use dragon armor, but most of the dragon armor has a high encumbrance rate, and we won't be able to use it for spell casting. There are a few pieces that we can use, so we'll be on the lookout for them. Mainly, we'll just be using robes. I guess I could pick up a weapon, but I don't really want to bang. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so you get scrolls in the game that can help you out in various situations. You don't know what they are when you first pick them up, though. So what I usually do is just read them. There's nothing bad that can happen from reading a scroll. You just lose the scroll. Okay, so we learned what those scrolls do. One of them was teleportation, so that's going to be key. So teleportation can get you out of a bad situation. Okay, as an orb of light, don't see that being helpful. I'll take it in case I need to be able to see invisible, because that's one of the things it can do. Let's see, a spear of crystals carried in place of a shield, magic scintillates within its interior of light. It surrounds the wearer with a glowing halo, revealing invisible creatures, increasing accuracy against all within other than the wearer, and reducing the wearer's stealth. So, not that great, but it will help us see invisible creatures. So, we can use it for that. Uh, Technically, I'm not going to be like banging on creatures, so it would be very situational that I would need to use that. Oh, I've already got my canine out. Okay. Okay, so here is our first rare, Jessica. I think that's Jessica. Yeah. Um, so she's a named creature. She has a name. Um, we can actually like view her and see what she does, because she's actually more powerful than regular creature. An evil apprentice sorceress, she entered the dungeon hoping to find a quiet, secluded place where she could study the darker arts without being disturbed. Okay, so she's only got 9 hit points, so she's not that tough. But let's see here. Will's regular, arm class regular, evasion like a little bit, threat high. Let's see. Okay. See, she has a 64% chance to hit me, so that's bad. And she can do up to 9 damage. She also has pain. That has a 78% chance to hit me. Slow has a 45% chance to hit me. She can blink and she can haste. So she shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to Get my all my entourage out. Okay, she's already down. Okay. Alright. So that wasn't a problem. Go ahead and take that dagger just to have something. Okay. We got a magic hat here. Oh, it's a +2 hat. Okay, I'll pick that up. I'm pretty sure I can wear that. I can. So that gives me 2 armor class. No, this is a bombarder beetle. He can throw fire, and if you get it fired up, you have to like walk around to get the fire off. You have to walk it off. Alright, see if my guy can take him. Ooh, looks like not. Okay, need to get him down here. He's firing me up though. Okay, we got it. Okay, yeah, brought it home. Okay. There's a +6 ring of dexterity. I'll go ahead and put that on. Then increase my evasion. Okay. Swarmer I can't use. Okay, there's Terrence. Terrence is a special dude. He's a name. Violent murderer who kills for both pleasure and profit. Terrence has been forced into hiding after a botched job. There's a price on his head, and he can't afford to leave anyone who sees him alive. Okay, so he's a little bit tougher than Jessica. He's got 20 hit points. Looks like he can do a 13 damage. Now, the way it actually rolls damage in this game is it takes the maximum damage they can do, and it rolls. So, like he can do 13, so it would do 1 to 13. Okay, and that's his number, whatever that roll is. And then it takes my armor class. So my armor class is 1 to 5, and it rolls 1 to 5, random number. and whatever number I get's my number, and then it subtracts those two. So I could potentially roll a high, even if I roll a five. So I could potentially roll high, and he could potentially roll low, and he could do no damage to me. But that's unlikely. More likely than not, he's gonna like put a swarping on me. Let's see here. So we want to try to not get into melee with him. Cast out all our dudes. Okay, reach level 5. Okay, alright. Okay, so we did like that level. Uh, let's see, we're 11:52. I think we'll go ahead and call it for this episode. Let me see. Let me check my. Okay, I'm not carrying any scrolls. Uh, check my stuff. Okay. All right. All right. So we'll go ahead and save up. All right. So thank everybody for tuning in, and see y'all next time.